What's up, traders? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. Well, the S&P had a nice little inside up day. I'm going to be talking about what happened with the markets and why. I'm going to talk about what I'm seeing in the bond market, what I'm seeing in the volatility index and the volatility complex. We'll talk about the other major ETFs. We're going to look a little bit deeper into some of the Mag 7s, and of course we're going to react a little bit to NVIDIA earnings. So with that, let's dig in. All right, if you missed Hannah and Vaz on Wednesday, you missed a fun event. Click the link in this email and you can watch the replay. You're watching me on YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave a question. I'd be happy to answer it. All right, so on Thursday, the SPX rallied $23. Sounds like a nice inside day, right? Oh, wait, it wasn't. The S&P had crazy action overnight. I want to show you what happened with S&P futures in the overnight. So here's NVIDIA earnings, looking good. Here's that court order that delayed tariffs. And then here's the news. They're going to appeal coming in. And then here's where markets kind of recovered. So if you look where we closed and where we were post NVIDIA earnings, guess what? Exactly the same spot. We basically threw out tariffs and said, all we care about today now that the tariffs thing is back to where it was, what is NVIDIA's effect on the market? And the answer is it was the S&P 500 up about 20 points and the NASDAQ up, 20 basis points, up a buck. Now, where there was some strength was in bonds. Briefly touching the 21-day moving average, closing at its highest level since the 19th. Bonds continue to go up. Markets will rally. Bonds continue to go up. Markets will rally. And the winner in that would be a Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 ended the day up about 0.3% off the lows. Again, rates continue to rally. The Russell's going to move significantly higher. Pushing the Qs was, of course, NVIDIA, which opened up really big and then gave some of that away, closed the day only up about $4. You saw some nice strength in Amazon, although, again, off its highs, and Google, pretty similar story. Opened up huge, only to give that away. So those Mag 7 names kind of spinning their wheels. Again, if I'm looking to hedge downside from the market, I would use something like Apple. I think it looks weak. I think of the names in the Mag 7, that is the name that I think could face some pain. So we looked at the bond market. We've looked at the indexes. Let's talk VIX. Close 19 was below 19 for a chunk of the day. VIX futures are in a really nice, healthy contango. That is going to be bullish the market. So, where does all this line up for the S&P? Well, we do have PCE on Friday, but we're at kind of a flex point for the index. It's either about to make a big run back to new highs, or we completely roll over. To figure out where that is coming from, that is going to be coming from bonds. Coming Friday, and TLT is making a run back over the 21-day moving average. You're going to want to be long. I'm going to want to be long the S&P 500. I'm going to want to be long the Russell 2000, and I'm going to look to play a leg higher in these indexes. I'll also be looking at VIX potentially making a run to potentially even break 18, especially heading to the long weekend. So to do that, I'll use something like IWM or TNA, which is the triple long, or I might use UVIX and trade puts expiring Friday and trade out of them by the end of the day to play in on the potential for a real volatility in VIX futures collapse. Once again, make sure you check out Vaz and Hannah here in this email. And if you're watching me on YouTube, like and subscribe. I'm Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you soon.